changing all over the country. Well, maybe not so much here in Southern California where I am. It's windy and will be in the 80s as we record this. I'm trying to make the people back in Atlanta and our guest a little bit jealous. Dr. John Stutts is the Pediatric Medical Director for Abbott, a big pharma company. Doctor, welcome to Late Night Health.
Great to be here with you, Mark.
So let's take a look. The weather's changing. This is the flu season. I'm going to start by asking your thoughts about things like the flu shot. Should everybody be getting a flu shot?
Well, I think as a physician, I would encourage everyone to do what they can to decrease their chances of illness. But I think that each individual needs to talk with their healthcare provider to make the best choice for themselves.
And as we just saw some video of somebody having the flu. I'm a big baby, so I will do everything I can to prevent the flu. One of the biggest things I understand is hydration. And we can see Pedialyte. I remember giving that to my kids when they were young. Tell us about Pedialyte from Abbott.
Well, hydration is really important. And fever, vomiting, and diarrhea, they drain the body of fluid and electrolytes that we need. It's critical to replenish those fluid and electrolytes to help us feel better when we're sick and to help us feel better as a whole and get us better faster. So what we rehydrate with matters. Water is great, but it is really just not enough because we need electrolytes, which are those special minerals like sodium, chloride, and potassium. We need those replenished as well. And that's the reason I recommend Pedialyte to my patients, because it's scientifically formulated to not only replenish those fluids, but also those electrolytes that we lose when we're sick. And my personal favorite, it's Pedialyte Advanced Care Plus. It comes as a ready to drink. It also comes in the portable powder sticks. And for kids, there's also the Pedialyte Freezer Pops. So the kids think that they're getting a treat, but what you're really accomplishing as a parent is you're giving them those fluids and replenishing those electrolytes that they have lost while sick so they can feel better faster.
You know, the kids are fine with those things, but I've got to tell you, when I'm sick, there is nothing better than a popsicle. So that's a product that I will look into, right?
Well,
What
to your
about
point, I use them. They're really soothing on my throat. So don't think about popsicles being just for kids when you're sick. They're a great option for adults as well.
let's talk about other forms of hydration, because I think that's the key here. And what I mean by other forms, for example, things like you mentioned water. A lot of times parents will give juice, they'll give tea, and even carbonated water, soda water, to help with that hydration. Is that okay, or is something like Pedialyte with the electrolytes better?
I would say that the Pedialyte is going to be a better option because it is formulated to provide the right amount of fluid and the right amount of electrolytes. When we're talking about other options, the fluids that you just mentioned, they can actually make some of those symptoms worse. So for instance, juice can cause an increase in diarrhea, and carbonated beverages can actually cause vomiting to be worse. So that's one of the reasons that I'll recommend Pedialyte, because it does have that formulation that provides not only the fluid, but also the electrolytes in a form that's going to rehydrate quickly and therefore provide what we need, and so your loved one feels better faster.
Here in Southern California, our humidity is less than 20% right now, very dry. My wife and I were talking about, our skin feels crackly and dry, and we're both drinking more water. would Pedialyte be a good thing for people in low humidity desert areas, for example, to drink?
Yeah, I think that what you're seeing with your skin and that thirst, those are representations of, it's showing you a degree of potential dehydration. So Pedialyte would be a great choice for those times where you're noticing dry skin or dry mouth. It's there to rehydrate. It's there to replenish. It can replenish fluids faster than water and keep you hydrated better.
I remember my parents giving us soda when we were sick. It was kind of a treat, but it probably wasn't the best idea to do that. As you're a pediatrician, but for those of us who maybe say over 45 or 50, would Pedialyte be a good thing to do when we have the flu as well?
Absolutely. Pedialyte has been around a long time, but it's not just for kids. And so remember, it's absolutely formulated to be able to be used in adults as well. And the young, the older, they're more susceptible to illness. Just remember that Pedialyte is there for kids. It's also there for adults.
The best thing to do is not get sick. Don't get the flu, because if you're like me, I'm a big baby and I hate being sick. Doctor, thank you very much for joining us. Dr. John Stutts, the Pediatric Medical Director at Abbott, and we've been talking about the flu and cold season that is really starting right now. Thank you very much, Doctor. I'm Mark Alyn, and this is Late Night Health.